Where's the land market at today? This is a clip from the Painted Arrow podcast. We're talking about where's it headed, is it a good time to buy, and so much more. This is just an opinion, but hopefully it gives you a little bit of insight to where we're at today.
If there's a guy that comes to you, maybe he's a younger guy, it's been his dream to own property, and you look at kind of the situation that the market's in, you talked about prices are just getting driven up. Is this a time where you think you can still help somebody find, that piece for a reasonable amount of money? Or do you tell that guy that maybe he should hold tight for a little while?
Yeah, that's always a tough one because I feel like it's not my place to tell someone what to do, but I can tell them what I think and they can decide what they want. But it's always, and there's a lot of sharp people that I've had on the Land podcast, people I've crossed paths with, like the best time to buy was yesterday and the next best time to buy today. And so everyone's like sitting in their bunker waiting for this giant price drop. And I know clients that 2 years ago, 2020, oh man, things are going to go way down. The COVID's going to destroy everything. Well, here they are. They can buy 30 to 40% less ground than what they could have if they just ponied up and bought something in 2020. Now, with a lack of inventory, I think it's harder to find a deal. I bought my first farm I went under contract last June, and I have not found another property that I was like, oh man, I wish I would have waited to buy that. And when I bought that, but before I was going into contract, I remember talking to my dad, just talking to my wife, and I was like, there's these handful of farms, like I'm gonna be a little butthurt if they become available, and I just, we just eliminate our entire cash position on this property. And I've had so much peace with my purchase decision, like I have no regrets whatsoever, but it's the unknown of like, man, well, something better is going to come along. And I think you just got to check off enough boxes. No property's perfect. Move forward with confidence, force a little appreciation, improve the property, run some trail cameras. You can end up selling it. Like, as long as you buy it right, you can end up selling it and move on to something else too. Like, your first property, from what I've seen, is usually not your last. So just go into thinking that, where, it's just tough because I get it. It's a lot of money. It knocks the wind out of you. And, but you got to have some confidence with what you want. Like, this is what I want. I'm confident in it. It'll work out. If we hate it for whatever reason, or we want something different, something bigger, we can sell it. So like, you're not locked into it forever.
Just give a little bit about how somebody could potentially flip farms. Cause I've heard one of your podcast guys come on, and he talked about how he's bought so many different farms and kind of rolled into the next one. Can you just give a little bit on that?
Yeah, it's something I don't have a ton of experience with personally. So, but from what I've seen, it's most of these people that they just start doing it. Like, there's no magic formula. Like, well, how do I get in shape? Well, you eat right and you work out more. Like, well, how do I do that? And it's like, well, you just get started. Like, it's going to evolve. And so it's kind of the same thing with these people that they just buy a farm, they buy it right, and they have a vision. And it's these people that are very entrepreneurial spirited, and they just make it happen. And there's not a specific roadmap that like, oh, this is how you do it. I'm going to be here to hold your hand the entire way. Like, if that's what you want, this probably isn't for you. But yeah, I mean, most of these people, they go and they buy a farm, they improve it, they maybe add some food plots. And I think you can tell when someone does that, like half-ass, like they're just trying to check these boxes to make it a turnkey hunting farm. So like, thankfully, I think buyers are becoming more aware, but like, go in there and like truly with your heart, make it a better farm. Like, just don't do like, I'm going to like, like you're just like, like doing this with your fingers. Like, oh yeah, I just add a food plot, add some trail cameras and move on. Like, I don't think that is the way to do it. And I think your reputation is going to get burnt pretty quickly. But if you go in there and you plant shrubs, you plant trees, you like do it with thought and like how you would do it if you were going to keep it, that's the best way to do it, in my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this. My name is Jake Hofer, and I'm a real estate agent out of the state of Illinois. And it's my goal to help 100 people buy their first farm. Been doing that with the Land podcast and clips like this every single Thursday and Saturday that are released here on the channel. And to be one of those 100 people, all you have to do is, if you're in the state of Illinois and I can help you, I'd be happy to do so. Number two, if you want to get connected with someone that can help you, reach out and I'll be happy to get you in contact with an agent that I would personally do business with. And the last one is, if you just simply learn something from the content we're putting out, or you get inspired to take action, I want to know, get you out of that spreadsheet. I'm on a mission to help 100 people. Until next time, see ya.